Welcome to the Parenting Power Podcast, supporting parents with the real-life tools they need to raise the confident, interdependent people the world needs. Gail Bell and Julie Freedman Smith interview experts who share their knowledge to assist parents in creating a home environment where kids can thrive.
Hello, I'm Julie Freedman Smith.
And I'm Gail Bell.
And we're here with another tool for the trade. We hear from parents all the time about the overwhelming amount of information coming at them about use of cell phones and smartphones and devices. And what they want to know is it really that big a deal? Does it matter if I'm on my phone? My kids are on their phone. Can't I be on my phone? Does it really make a difference? And there's some very interesting research out that we want to share with you about the kind of difference it does make.
Right. So parents' excessive use of mobile phones has been linked to increasing children's behavior problems in the world's first study of its kind. It's not a huge study, but it does indicate that some 40% of mothers and about 32% of dads admit to some form of phone addiction. They define that as being unable to resist checking messages or even always thinking about incoming calls or texts, or just simply feeling that they use their phone too much. And there's a new word for this. Researchers have dubbed it Technoference, and it is having a negative effect on family behavior. We do need to recognize this and accept the solid research. We're not saying technology is a bad thing, because we all use it every day, and actually technology is an awesome thing. It's just we do have to become more aware of when we're using it and how we're using it. There was another research study out of Michigan's University Medical School that showed 225 couples during meals. Now, when the mom was on the phone during or had her phone near during dinner time, there was a significant decline in the quality of interactions between children and their mom when she had her phone out, not even necessarily on her phone. And here's the stats, which are pretty eye-opening. There was a 20% fall in verbal interactions, a 39% drop in nonverbal communication, and a 28% decline in mothers encouraging their children. We often think of little kids when we're talking about this, because we see little kids pulling at their parents' clothes to try to get attention when the parent's on the phone. But a 39% drop in nonverbal communication is huge if you have teenagers sitting at the dinner table, because those of us who have teenagers know they don't necessarily communicate too much. And a lot of initial communication can come from some of those nonverbal signs you see as a parent. And if your head is down, well, the research telling us that there's a huge drop in parents being aware of that. And that's a scary thing, because that's what our kids need. Our kids need connection. And we know that dinner time is one of the most important connection time for families.
It is a really important connection time for families. And there are other times too, right? Those times where you're playing with your kids, or where they're in the bathtub, and you can just picture, I'm not in people's bedrooms and bathrooms, but I can just picture the kids are in the tub, the parents sitting on the toilet with the lid down, phone in hand, not paying attention to the kids. And those little moments, those moments of connection, those are the times, well, for safety reasons, when a kid is in the bath, obviously we need to be watching, but those are those times where in the past we might have a quick conversation, we might notice something. Gail, you and I have both had this interaction where we had very chatty kids who suddenly became teenagers and stopped talking. And then during those times, if they chose to even glance at us and look like they wanted to talk to us, we would immediately drop what we were doing and connect, because there are so few of those opportunities when they actually want to spill their soul, that when they make a move to do it, you have to see it. Otherwise you miss it, and they go up to their room or out with their friends and you don't see it. So I think those opportunities for connection are critical, and Technoference is getting in the way. While we're talking about this, in this same piece of information where we found out about this study, the head of speech therapy in Manchester, in England, is talking about the threat of technoference to speech development as a whole, and that the entire UK is focusing on educating parents about the importance of putting down devices and being eye to eye and face to face with their kids during that critical developmental time.
And we may even want to take putting down devices a step further, because research is suggesting that if you put it down beside you, you're still distracted by it. So putting devices away in a basket, and it's not all the time. That's what we have to stress. And it's not about shaming parents' use of phone. Let's increase our awareness as a society, and let's work together and keep sharing information and encouraging all of us can do this as a family. When can we have our phones, and when is it not a great time to have our phones, and what are we going to do to set ourselves up for success not to have those phones out?
Great way to end it. So there's another tool for the trade. We'll talk to you next time. To learn more about Parenting Power, check out our website, parentingpower.ca, visit our Facebook page, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter @Parenting Power.